Hey guys, Shock on the Block here. How's it going? And I'm about to get real with you all here. Okay, so this video is about the controllers that Nintendo is releasing soon. I'm not sure how soon, but soon enough, they'll release these controllers. We'll have them out there on the shelves, and people will want to buy them and pick them up. And I understand it. It's for nostalgia's sake. It's because you want to have the good, awesome wireless great controller you can use so you can sit like away from your TV a little bit, sit on the couch, lean back, and have it in your hands and have a good time. I understand that. And you gotta have that home button. You gotta have wireless. You gotta have all these extra buttons so that you can have as much functionality as possible with your gameplay experience on your nostalgic Switch Online thing. I understand what they're doing here. But it's $50, folks. $50. Are you kidding me? And I know this is a Game Explain video. I'm just using it to help me get these pictures, these extra nice, solid pictures to show off what we're getting here. This is the only reason why I'm addressing this. So I love Game Explain. They're a great company, great group of people. I don't know if they're really a company. I don't know what you'd call them. A YouTube channel. Yeah, they're a YouTube channel. And they have great content. I love their stuff. I'm a big fan of Game Explain. They do a great job. Not gonna lie. So this video is directed towards Nintendo, and it's to address some things that I think some fans just aren't quite understanding that well. Andre included. I'm just here to talk about a few things that Andre said in his video that I feel like I'm just really? There's only about two things where he said something that I'm just I don't think you're understanding how these controllers really are gonna be, okay. Your videos are awesome. You do a great job. You're trying to get people hyped. You're hyped. You're a Nintendo fan. You're fanboying. I understand. It's fun. It's great. I'm a fanboy. I mean, look at me. I got all these freaking controllers. I'm a super Nintendo fanboy. Look at me, guys. I just shell out for all this stuff because I just love it. I love it, But I have standards, okay? I have standards. For example, I bought this guy. I'm like Wolfden. I buy these nice third-party, different kind of controllers because I feel like I want to have sort of an upgrade, sort of a different, more good feel controller, one that doesn't feel too weird or too out of date. Let's be real here. The N64 controller, while it's nostalgic, it's just weird. It's probably one of the weirdest controllers that ever exist. I'm not as weird as say the CDI controller or something like that, but it just doesn't really work in modern day nowadays. It's weird. It needs an update, and I feel Nintendo, they could have gone with even this design, the Hori controller. It'd be cool if it's just got a comeback, officially a comeback from Hori themselves, because Hori, they're still making controllers. They're still making Switch controllers today. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made a comeback with the whole N64 thing, because it would really help them cash in on this new service. So I mean, this is from Retrobit. This is called the Tribute 64, which you can get a wireless variant of. So there's that. And I mean, the only reason why you want to pick up these premium $50 controllers from Nintendo is because you get a home button and a capture button. It's just a little bit more convenient. It's wireless. But you can buy wireless controllers from Retrobit for $35. And they even have Genesis controllers as well. This is not Genesis, this is Saturn. I can't find my Genesis controller right now. I know I own one. But I have the Saturn one, which is pretty cool too, from Retrobit. You might notice that it's looks like it's painted white. It's because I spray painted this one because I like the white Japanese look to it. I mean, it is based off the Japanese design with the buttons and everything, but it was a see-through one. Anyway, that's not important. Anyways, the point is you can get these for a cheaper price if you want, and they function wonderfully. on the Switch. They work for the Switch. They're made for the Switch. And they make them for the original system as well, if you're into the original hardware. Which is great. And they don't cost $60. So there you go. So, I'm just saying. I'm just letting you guys know. If you're like me and you have standards and you want to save money, they're out there. You don't have to pay $60 for this. You can go out there and pay like $35 to $40. I think Brawler 64 is about $40 for their wireless N64 controller. I believe these from Retrobit, these Tribute 64 ones, are about like $35. So it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot better deal, in my opinion. The only thing you're missing out on is a home button and a capture button. And really, it's not that big a deal. And I think there might be an extra functionality on some of these sometimes. Because I remember on the Sega Genesis controller from Retrobit, you could push Start and A at the same time. And that would be your home function. That would be like the home button. You just push Start and A and it's good. So you don't even really need to worry about that. So that way it's convenient right there. And it's wireless at the same time. So there you go. So I'm just trying to help people save money. I'm not trying to knock, anybody out. I'm not saying that Andre's wrong. I'm not saying Nintendo's wrong for doing this. I'm just saying, people are getting so hyped about this. They're overblowing this. And I'm just saying, guys, can we step back a bit and say, hello, these things exist. You can get them right now. They've existed for quite a while. Like 5 years or so, and they're perfectly nice controllers, and they work just great on the Switch already. That's what I'm just trying to let people know about. Okay, I gotta talk about this. People keep talking about the ZR button, this like new ZR button that's added on the N64 controller, and I don't understand this. Like, Andre acts like it's like gonna be this great new thing. Like extra functionality or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? That button's tiny. Look at that. Like you're gonna be like pushing like okay, am I gonna be holding it like this and going? I don't know. I mean, this is the R button. It's so tiny. You're gonna have to like squish your index finger in there. Just to, like, I don't know. I mean, you could just click it. I guess if you want a clicky Z button, I guess it's gonna be a clicky Z button. That like I guess they're trying to make it easier, but you're already holding it like this. You're already holding it like this. Why not just use the regular Z button? I just don't understand. I'm so confused by this. Are there any pictures of the back of this thing? There's not. They don't have any pictures of the back of this controller. So I'm just like, is there a Z button regularly over here on the new one? Or is there not? Did they just not add a new Z button? Like, I just don't get it. Anyway, it's not a big deal. I'm just saying it's weird. I'm not hating on it. I mean, if you guys like this, if Andre likes, I don't care. If you guys like that button, being there, just like it's an easy Z button, click. I can understand that, and I'm kind of like over exaggerating a bit with how to squish your finger in there. I didn't really mean to say that. I'm overthinking it, but really, it's just weird. Why is it so small, and why did they put it there? And what are they going to do with this? Like, is this going to have a rumble pack in it? Or what is it there? Is it just for the fact that that's what the controller looked like before? I'm, just so confused by this. Like, I get that you want it to look the same. But is it going to have rumble in it? It's going to be wireless. So I feel like they should have rumble built into it. Because that was a big deal. The rumble pack. Star Fox 64. Why not? Why not have that functionality in there? If you were going to be paying $50 up front, you give us something a little extra for our buck. Give us the rumble. The big deal back then was now you got the rumble. You can feel the gameplay in your hand. Oh my gosh, guys. That was the whole thing. So, yeah. I argue that they should do that up front. They should have told us, they should have said something about the Rumble Pack, but they didn't. They didn't mention it at all, so it makes me think it's not there, and it just looks like that just because of cosmetic reasons. You know, just because they want it to look like the design that it was before. And that's probably no reason why there's a thing here. But, yeah, the ZR button, kind of weird. It's fine. It's whatever. I still like the Z trigger better on the back because it just makes more sense to me, and that's what it was before. I mean, to be fair, I'm not buying these controllers. I'm not the audience here. I'm not the kind of person that would want to buy these. I'm the kind of person that's trying to argue why you should not spend $50 on these controllers. Anyway, that's just something else I noticed about that I wanted to point out.
Maybe Joey's right though, where it won't go up as much because they'll try to recoup some of that cost through selling controllers.
Yeah,
So
That's true.
I want that Nintendo 64 controller. I
Me
did
too.
not care. I did not care a bit for the SNES and NES controllers, but this Nintendo 64 controller, man,
you have to
I'm
have it.
all over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's pretty much essential because of the C buttons. Like, no, the control sticks, the right control sticks don't replicate those as well as the original controller. The only thing is they just have to fix the joystick, which was kind of broken on the original.
It didn't look like it was fixed. It still has the notches
It looks
and
similar. I hope
design to it.
I hope
It
it's
looks
modified.
identical.
But,
Yeah, because try playing Ocarina of Time on a Pro controller with the right stick. No, sir.
I'm sorry, but I gotta disagree with all you there. I just gotta disagree with that. You know, I agree with that you need to fix the analog stick, the regular analog stick, but having to get it just for the C buttons alone in the whole Ocarina of Time argument, I just don't get it, and here's why. I did it. I just played the Ocarina easily with the right stick on a Pro controller. Doesn't matter what Pro controller you're using. I know I'm using a third-party one. Doesn't matter what Pro controller you're using, buddy. I'll even do it again with a different song. Easy. Easy! They argue that you need to have these to be precise and whatnot, but you don't. You really don't. It's not a big requirement. It's not a big deal. Why are they getting so specific about this? Why are they harping over this so much? It's easy. Left, up, right. Left, up, right. I even did it by just flicking. Just by flicking around. See? Easy. I don't understand what the big deal is. And guess what? It's even easier to do that on a GameCube controller. Because you got the notches. So when I played this on my GameCube collection CD, I was able to play this easily with the C-Stick because of the notches. The notches guide you. They're much easier. That's why in the Wind Waker, it still used the C-Stick to play the instrument because the notches made it easy to do so. I don't know why people are getting so worked up about this. Oh, you need to have these C buttons or else Ocarina of Time just isn't the same, guys. Because you gotta have that physical feeling of playing an instrument. No, you really don't. It's not worth paying $50 worth just so you can have a handy home button, wireless, and the C buttons. It's not. It's just one game. It's just one game. It's just one game with the right stick. I just showed it's easy to use. If you just concentrate, you can pull it off no problem. No problem. Okay, moving on. Okay, and here's the big one right here. Here's the big part that I thought to myself was the reason why I wanted to make this video and wanted to address this and just get this out here. Just my 2 cents.
And that's the fact that a lot of people in the States, as I mentioned, are upset that we're not getting the superior 6-button layout because it is just objectively better. You have more buttons, it works with more games. Why we're not getting it, again, is baffling to me. However, it occurred to me that we technically are getting a controller pretty much perfect for this, being the 64! That's right, you have a perfect 6-button layout right here on the right, which should make it perfectly compatible with the Sega Genesis games. There's no reason why it shouldn't be.
Wrong! Sorry, Andre. Nothing against you personally. Love your content. You're a great guy. But sorry, Andre. That most likely, 99% sure, is not the case. And you want to know why? You want to know why? Because if you play Super Mario 64 on Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the collection, the one that was put out, that is running on an emulator, we have confirmed it is running on an emulator, they have mapped the C buttons to the right stick on the Pro Controller. So when you want to move the camera, you move the right stick. And guess what else you cannot remap on the Nintendo Switch in the controller menu? That's right, the analog sticks. You cannot remap the analog sticks. You can remap the D-pad if you want. I guess you could put buttons on there, but then you wouldn't be able to use the D-pad, which is a big deal with the Genesis controller, especially with fighting games. So that's not a fix at all, if anyone's trying to argue that. No. So with the analog sticks, you can't remap those. You can't remap the functionality of the analog sticks. So if you were to try to use the N64 controller for Genesis games to have 6 buttons, I know it looks like there's 6 buttons here, but these 4 C buttons are mapped as the right stick, okay? Even if you get this controller and you try to map these buttons, the Switch is going to say these are the right stick functionality on the Switch. I guarantee that they're going to put out a video later whenever this controller, this wireless premium controller from Nintendo, comes out. I guarantee it. They're going to put out a video and go, oopsie, I'm sorry, we actually can't use this as the 6-button fix, 6-button replacement for a Genesis controller. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Oh, my bad, guys. I misled you. It's like, yeah, that's going to happen because it's emulating on the right stick. So this is going to be set to the right stick on the Switch if you want to try to use this as a normal controller on the Switch for anything else. So there's no way these buttons can be mapped as other buttons. Okay? Like, you gotta use your brain here. You gotta figure this out. You can't just say, oh, it has 6 buttons. It'll work just fine. No. I've used these, okay, on my computer, on the Switch. I have this adapter that switches up a N64 controller to be used like a GameCube controller so that you can use it on your Switch or on your computer or on whatever. And guess what? This is always mapped as a right stick functionality. It's an analog input. It's not made for buttons. They're not buttons. I know this controller very well because I've worked with it quite a while. For the past 2 years, I've been messing with these controllers and I've been figuring out how they work on different consoles, different things that you can map them to. And that's how it is. It's just how it is. You know, I would love to say that you're right, Andre. I would love to say that you're right. And it's a great idea. I even thought of it myself at one point. I thought, whoa, that's a great idea. You could just use this as a 6-button controller for Genesis games. That's a great idea. I even saw it. But I'm sorry. It's just not there. It's not the way that this is designed, unfortunately. Since they're going to try to be emulating it for, you know, the Pro Controller as well, since they're expecting you not to buy these. They're not expecting everyone to buy them. So in order to use a Pro Controller for an N64 game on NSO, you have to be, you know, it has to be mapped to the right stick. And if it's mapped to the right stick, then it can't be customized. All right? You can't customize these. There's just no way around it. I'm sorry, Andre. I'm sorry to everybody. You know, I don't like to be the guy that gives bad news. But that's just how it is. And I don't see any way else around it. I don't see any way you could remap these for the Genesis games. Because it's the right stick. It's the right stick. That's just how it is. You know. You could do it on a computer. Of course, but that's an emulator computer thing that, obviously you can do whatever you want with that. Doesn't matter, because you can remap analog sticks all you want to be whatever. You could have this be a bunch of buttons if you wanted to, because it's a computer and it's on an emulator. Emulators let you do whatever you want, but we're talking about the Switch here, and the Switch doesn't let you do that. If you go in to the controller options and try to remap these to buttons, it won't let you. It does not allow you to map the analog sticks to buttons. That's just how it is. That's a fact. I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry. Nothing against Andre. Love you. Love your content. You're a great guy. You're a standout, wonderful guy. I just can't get over this, though. I'm sorry. I had to point this out. I had to. It had to be done. Because I don't want people to be disappointed when this releases. When this releases, people might see this video and they might go, oh, that's a great idea. I'll just not buy the Japanese controller, which, why bother importing a controller like that just so you can have access to the home button? When you could just get, I know this isn't a Genesis controller, just pretend this is. It's made by the same company who made this. Just get the Retrobit Genesis controller that has 6 buttons on it already. And then you can push start and A for your home button. It works just fine. $35, it's wireless. Just go buy those and it'll be fine. I swear, guys. I'm just trying to help you all out. Trying to help you save some money. I think that Nintendo's cashing in too much on people's nostalgia here. I don't blame them. It makes a whole lot of sense. They did the same thing with the NES and Super Nintendo controllers for the Switch when they did the other NSO stuff. And I get it. It's a great thing. You get the original design from it's an official controller. I get it. You want it to be official. You want it to be official. People don't like third-party stuff sometimes. People have this bias against third-party controllers because of the past. Well, guess what? The past is the past. We're living in 2021 right now, and third-party controllers are freaking awesome, okay? People have woken up and actually made them awesome, okay? If you look up any review of 8-Bit Does or Retrobit, everyone's going to say they're awesome. They work great on the Switch. They are very functional, very reliable, very great, okay? I don't understand why when I went into this one chat room on Discord, this guy's like, I don't like third-party controllers. No, they aren't going to work the same as official. You got to buy the official one and pay $50 to $60. Like, why? If this exists and it's just as good, why do I have to pay extra to get the official? It's almost the same thing. The only thing that's missing from these is amiibo support. I don't need amiibo support. This even has motion. It has motion or gyro, if you want to call it that, and it has rumble. It has everything you need. Oh, it doesn't have HD rumble. Oh, excuse me. Why would you need HD rumble so badly? Okay, for Super Mario Odyssey, I get it. Yeah, because there's like that one part where you need it. No, I don't remember ever needing that. And I used a third-party controller for Mario Odyssey. And I don't even own an official Switch Pro controller. So I got through the entire Mario Odyssey campaign. I didn't 100% it, mind you. I did not 100% it, but I did get through the whole game, through the main storyline, with a third-party controller, and I didn't need HD rumble. So I don't know what these people are talking about. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there. I just really wanted to. I just had to talk about this. And, I'm sorry if I upset anyone. I don't mean to. I'm just putting out my opinion. This is just my opinion. This is how I feel about this. And I feel like people are getting way too excited about these new controllers. Okay? I get that it's a premium controller, and you get a home button, and it's wireless. But we gotta be real here. these controllers already exist in great functional forms for the Switch, and they're cheaper. So, yeah. I'm just trying to get this out there, get the facts out there, show people what's up, because this is how I feel. I just need to get this out. So, anyway, that's all I have to say for you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. And this is Shock on the Block, signing out.